Episode 6, Chains of Silver. The hideout's war room was silent except for the rustling of parchment. Marin spread her stolen documents across the table, her hands trembling slightly. "These," she said, pointing to a series of diagrams, "are the collars." Ash leaned closer. The sketches showed silver rings etched with runes, the same runes she'd seen on Wraith's throats. They're forged from blessed silver, but corrupted, twisted with blood magic. They bind the soul, force obedience. Echo's jaw clenched. And the master control point? Marin tapped a sigil at the bottom of the page. Located somewhere inside the Ember Spire. Destroy it, and the collars lose cohesion. Ash swallowed. The Wraiths would be free. Or uncontrollable, Riven muttered. Either way, the Empire loses its weapon. Echo looked at Ash. "We need to understand how these collars work, and how your magic interacts with them." Ash's stomach tightened. "You want me to... what?" Marin answered for her. "There's a Wraith being held at an outpost near the Thornwood, temporarily, before transport to the Spire." Echo's voice was steady. "We're going to steal it." Ash's breath caught. "Echo." "You don't have to," Echo said softly. "But if we want to free them, we need to try." Ash looked at the diagrams again, the twisted runes, the trapped souls. She nodded. "I'll go." Echo's relief was subtle but unmistakable. The Empire outpost was a squat stone fortress built into the forest's edge, lit by harsh white lanterns. Echo's team moved through the shadows with practiced precision. Ash stayed close to Echo, heart pounding. The air smelled of pine sap and cold metal. Inside the outpost, they found the containment chamber, a massive silver box covered in glowing runes. It pulsed faintly, like a heartbeat. Ash shivered. "It's alive." Echo touched her shoulder. "We're getting it out, fast." The team disabled the guards, lifted the containment unit onto a reinforced cart, and slipped back into the forest under cover of darkness. For a moment, everything went smoothly. Too smoothly. Halfway back to the hideout, the containment unit shuddered. Ash froze. "Echo, something's wrong." A crack split the silver surface. Black smoke seeped out, curling like fingers. Riven swore. "It's breaking free." Echo drew her blessed silver sword. "Ash, stay behind." The Wraith burst out, a humanoid shape of shadow and hunger, its collar glowing like molten metal. It moved impossibly fast, slamming into Echo before she could react. Echo gasped, a raw, strangled sound. Ash watched in horror as Echo's expression went blank. Her eyes dulled, her posture slackened. The Wraith was draining her. "No," Ash whispered. "No, no." Echo's knees buckled. Ash's heart shattered. Ash ran toward them, magic rising instinctively, but there was no Ash to pull, no fire to accelerate, nothing to manipulate. She couldn't fight it the way she'd always had. So she reached deeper, past the Wraith's shadowy form, past the collar, past the corruption, to the ash of what it once was. A person, a soul, a life. Ash's magic surged, not outward, but inward, reaching through the Wraith's twisted form like a hand through smoke. She touched something, a memory, a scream, a face she didn't know, a young woman with dark hair burning on a pyre, reaching out for help that never came. Ash gasped, tears streaming down her face. "I see you. I'm here. I'm sorry." The Wraith convulsed. The connection jolted through Ash like lightning. She felt the soul's agony, its terror, its longing for release. She pushed her magic further, not to destroy, but to complete, to give rest. The Wraith screamed and released Echo, stumbling backward. Ash collapsed to her knees, shaking violently. Echo hit the ground hard, eyes empty, breath shallow. Ash crawled to her, hands trembling. "Echo? Echo, please!" Echo blinked. Once, twice. Color returned to her eyes, blue-gray, stormy, alive. She sucked in a breath like someone surfacing from deep water. "Ash!" Ash sobbed with relief. "I thought you lost me." Echo reached for her blindly, fingers curling into Ash's cloak. "I felt myself disappearing. I felt nothing. And then I heard you." Ash cupped Echo's face, forehead pressed to hers. "I'm here. I'm right here." Echo's hands came up to cradle Ash's cheeks, thumbs brushing away tears. "Thank you. Thank you. Thank you." They held each other shaking, breath mingling, the world narrowing to the space between them. Neither said the word for what this was. They didn't need to. The Wraith staggered nearby, its form flickering, unstable. The collar sparked violently. Riven approached cautiously. "We can't contain it again. It's too damaged." Ash looked at the creature, at the soul trapped inside. She felt its pain like a distant echo. "It's suffering. It's been suffering for so long." Echo squeezed Ash's hand. "What do you want to do?" Ash swallowed hard. "Give them peace." Echo nodded, not as a commander, but as someone who trusted her completely. Ash stepped forward, gathering the last of her strength. She reached out with her magic, calling to the Ash of the soul's final moments. The Wraith stilled. Ash whispered, "Rest." The creature dissolved into soft gray ash, drifting away on the night wind. Ash collapsed. Echo caught her before she hit the ground. Echo carried Ash back towards the hideout, holding her close, one hand cradling the back of her head. Ash's breathing was shallow but steady. Echo pressed her forehead to Ash's temple. "I've got you." Behind them, the last of the Wraith's ash scattered into the forest, the first soul Ash had ever freed. Ahead of them, the path to the Ember Spire grew darker, but between them, something bright and undeniable had begun to burn.